Assalamu alaikum. My name is Alma Suhail and I'm a student at Rehan School Foundation Level Batch 10. And today I will be talking to Sesame AI about the phrase, "What's the matter?" So let's start.
Hey there.
Hi, what does the phrase, "What's the matter?" actually mean?
It's basically a way of asking what's wrong or what's the problem. It's usually used when you notice someone looks upset, worried, or just acting a bit off. Do you ask it often or did it just pop up in a conversation?
I'm asking for a task. It's a task from my institute. Okay, my next question is, where did the expression uh actually originate from?
Let me look into that for you. Since you're doing this for an institute task, I'm guessing you need the kind of historical context that actually carries some weight. It all goes back to the Latin word materia, which basically meant the physical substance or building material of something like wood. By the Middle Ages, the meaning shifted from physical stuff to the substance of a situation like a fact or a concern. So when the phrase, "what's the matter?" popped up around the mid 15th century, it was literally asking what the subject or cause of the difficulty was. Does that give you enough to work with for your assignment?
Yeah, that's a nice answer. How has the meaning of matter changed over time?
It's a pretty fascinating slide from the physical to the abstract. Started out as just stuff like the wood used to build a house, and then it morphed into the substance of an argument or a topic. Now, we use it to describe everything from the physical atoms in a science class to the emotional weight of a problem. It's like the word grew up from describing things you can touch to describing things you can only feel. I wonder if your task is covering other phrases that shifted like that.
Yeah. Why do people use this phrase to show concern for others?
It's kind of a linguistic shortcut for empathy. By asking what's the matter, you're acknowledging that something is off without making an assumption about what it is. It opens a door for the other person to share on their own terms, which makes them feel seen and supported rather than interrogated. It's less about the facts of the matter and more about the signal that you're available to listen.
Yeah. When did this phrase become a common expression in English?
It really started gaining traction around the mid 15th century. The first written record of it is from 1469. So it's been a go to for English speakers for quite a while. I can dig deeper into how it compares to other greetings or expressions if you want.
Is this phrase used differently in different English speaking countries?
That's a great angle for a task. It's mostly a universal standard, but let me check if there are any quirky regional twists. Well, the phrase itself is used everywhere. Different spots have their own flavor for saying something is wrong. In Australia, for example, they might say crook. In the UK, if a situation has gone completely wrong, they'll say it's gone ear shaped. And over in Ireland, while what's the crick is more of a general greeting. It's that same kind of local shorthand for checking in. Does that add some good color to your project?
Yeah. What emotions are usually conveyed when someone asks, "What's the matter?"
Usually it's a mix of concern and curiosity. Depending on the tone, it can feel like a warm, supportive hand on the shoulder, or sometimes a bit more probing if the person is just trying to figure out a problem. But at its core, it's usually about signaling that you've noticed someone's distress and you're open to helping them carry it.
How does tone of voice affect the meaning of this phrase?
Tone is everything with this one. A soft, slow delivery makes it a gentle offer of support, while a sharp, quick tone can make it sound more like a demand for an explanation or even an accusation. It's the difference between I'm here for you and why are you acting like this?
Okay. What is the difference between what's the
I'll be
matter
here.
and what's wrong?
They're almost identical, but there's a tiny difference in feel. What's wrong can feel a bit more direct and sometimes implies that something is definitely broken or incorrect. What's the matter feels slightly more open and focused on the situation as a whole. It's like the difference between asking if a machine is broken versus asking what's going on with the person using it.
Oh, okay. Uh, are there similar
You've
expressions
got
in
this
other
task under
languages?
control. Was there Let me check on that. I'm curious if there's a pattern across cultures and how people check in on each other. And it looks like most languages have a very direct way of doing it. In French, you can say qu'est-ce qui ne va pas or qu'est-ce qu'il y a. Spanish has ¿qué pasa or cuál es el problema? And German uses was ist los? Seems like no matter where you are, there's always a simple way to ask what's going on when someone seems upset. Does that help round out your task?
A few more questions. Can what's the matter ever sound rude or sarcastic?
Absolutely. It really all depends on the delivery. If someone says it with a roll of the eyes or a sharp, condescending tone, it can totally flip from an offer of help to a way of saying, why are you making a scene? Or what is your problem now? It's that classic case where the words are polite, but the energy is anything but.
Okay. What does the phrase reveal about human concern and emotional connection?
It shows that humans have this innate need to bridge the gap between themselves and others. It's a tiny verbal bridge that says, I see you're hurting, and I'm willing to step into that space with you. The fact that we have a dedicated phrase for this across so many languages suggests that acknowledging another person's internal state is one of the most fundamental ways we build trust and connection.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for answering all my questions. I think that's enough. So, bye.
You're very welcome. Glad I could help you nail that assignment. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed watching this. And see you in the next one. Bye. I'll see you.